Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our case discussion. Today we have some very nice cases, which I hope you will all get benefit from it. Uh, Before we start, don't forget to subscribe, share, tell your friends about us, and if you are not joined to our WhatsApp group, I'll put the link in the video description, and you can join us for further announcements of the upcoming case discussions and events. And I hope you all come and participate, and the more the better. Any questions or comments, I'll be more than happy to answer. Thank you very much for joining us, and let's not waste more time. Let's start with our first case presentation for today. So this is an 18-year-old male patient who is complaining of chronic urinary tract infection. Ultrasound was abnormal, so CT scan of abdomen and pelvis with contrast was recommended.
I'm presented with a CT scan of abdomen. This is the native study. The most striking abnormality is bilateral hydronephrosis, more marked at the left side. However, the delay images are. This is the contrast enhanced nephrographic phase. Yes, showing bilateral hydronephrosis and left-sided hydroureter as well. Severe hydroureter.
Nice.
Yes, I cannot see any dense stone or any obstructive lesion. I want to see the delay image to better delineate the urinary tract.
By the way, this is more than half an hour of delayed images. And keep in mind, contrast is above the urine because it's prone. This is a flipped image. Okay?
Yes. There is, in the delay image, show excretion of contrast, but it is not, and there are also multiple sinus cystis, cortical cystis as well as the,
Where?
Doctor, here. Here, doctor. The contrast is not within the. It is in the periphery. The callus is looking in the periphery. I want to see the coronal image to look if it is a duplex collecting system or not. Okay. Yes, doctor. It is a double collecting system, but partially duplex, double pelvis, but single ureter.
Yeah, it's a partial duplication. Just so nothing, not complete duplication.
Yes, it's partial duplication.
This is regarding the left side. What about the right side?
Okay, right side, the contrast is excreted, but there is hydronephrosis, but hydroureter is not seen. Likely it is a case of right-sided PUJ.
You think right-sided PUJ?
Yes.
Well, in order for us to say hydronephrosis, we need to see dilated calyces.
Calyces as well.
Okay. You see the calyces; they look quite good for
calyces. Yeah, look good. Yes.
So what I think that it's an extrarenal pelvis rather than
extrarenal pelvis.
PUJ or hydronephrosis on the right side. This is regarding the right side. Now let's try our luck with the left side. What do you think is going on?
Doctor, left side shows bifid collecting system incomplete. The upper moiety likely obstructed since the contrast is not excreting within it, I think.
No, it is excreting. It just didn't reach the pelvis yet. I'll show you.
Can you show me the more delay image?
Let's go to the prone images, the original prone images. Okay? So this is the upper moiety, okay? And you can see the contrast here.
Exactly, yes. The contrast, there is...
and here they
doctor, doctor, since I cannot see the obstructive lesion, I think, within the ureter.
Good.
So it is a megaureter, mostly, a case of megaureter.
Nice. And that's exactly what I reported. Most likely, it's a case of primary megaureter.
Yes.
Okay. And if you look at the vesico-ureteric junction here, there's absolutely nothing. It's perfectly normal. Normal ureter joining the bladder. No stones, no masses, no filling defects,
no irregularity, no stricture.
Exactly. And the kidney is still functioning. So what I think is that it's a case of primary megaureter. Of course, you can see some debris within the ureter, like for example here. Okay. And this is probably related to stagnation.
Maybe blood, doctor. maybe blood, maybe pus, maybe
Exactly, you are perfectly
since
correct.
there are since there it is recurrent case of
Sure.
recurrent UTI, so maybe all are possibilities.
So this, as far as I am concerned, is a case of left-sided primary megaureter with bifid collecting system. And
Yes.
of course, it's long-standing since the ureter is almost 2 centimeter in some parts in diameter,
Mhm.
with normal
Mhm.
vesico-ureteric junction. While on the right side, I think it's just an extrarenal pelvis, nothing significant to
Yes.
comment on.
Yes.
Very nice,
Mhm.
very nice. Thank you very much. A female patient
10 years.
who had an abnormal ultrasound with abdominal distension. And so abdomen CT scan was recommended for her.
Unrepresented of axial CT scan, contrast enhanced venous face, abdomen. Gallbladder looks normal, pancreas looks normal. There is fast trending seen in the para-aortic region with the and surrounding the aorta.
Free fluid in the pelvis, of course, right? This is free fluid.
Yes.
And
Yes.
mesenteric fat. Okay, let's go to the coronal. Probably you would appreciate it more. What do you see?
I see there is increased fast trending and
Perfect.
density of the mesenteric fat.
So you're talking about here, right?
Yes.
Good. What else? So let's focus on that. We have free fluid. We have mesenteric fat strengthening. And if we go to axial images, so we have this mesenteric fat strengthening, okay?
Yes.
And we have few small mesenteric lymph nodes here and there, probably not much, not significant, okay? But till now, you didn't comment on the most important.
The portal vein, there is decrease in
Yes,
the
excellent. Say
part
it.
of the lymph, there is decrease enhancement in the venous phase.
This is a venous phase, portal venous phase. So
Yes,
what
decrease enhancement.
the portal vein
Liver.
should be what? Should be
Pink,
white.
right?
Should be as bright as the IVC here. You see the IVC? Should be white.
Yes.
While here it is what?
It's hypo, yeah, and it's not
black.
filled.
It's hypodense. It's not enhancing. There is no contrast. And if we followed it up or followed it down, let's say,
Down.
you can see portal vein is composed of which branches, which tributaries?
Splenic and superior mesenteric.
Excellent. So this is the what?
This is the superior mesenteric.
Excellent. And this is the what?
This is the splenic. It's still hypo.
Your diagnosis is, you can see the SMV, sorry. The SMV,
Yes. Yes, it's still hypo. This is the
it's
n-
not
n-
only hypo, but widened, enlarged, because
Yes.
it's filled with
thrombus.
thrombus. So this is a case of
Thrombosis, portal vein thrombosis extending to the superior mesenteric vein and the splenic vein.
amazing. And to confirm that, you can see the bowel loops. See how edematous it is?
Yes, I mean this bowel edematous and the fat stranding and mesenteric fat is not clear surrounding this bowel
Totally
loop.
agree. Totally agree. You are perfectly correct, perfectly right, and very nice approach to the case. You see the bowel loops are edematous. They are not infarcted because it is not the SMA. They are
Yes.
congested because it's the SMV.
Yes, SMV.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice, perfect.
What about the cause of this?
It was a case of oral contraceptive use. This is a 30-year-old female patient with upper abdominal pain, vague, long-standing, comes and goes, and for some reason MRI was recommended. Her ultrasound was pretty much normal, not impressive, so MRI was recommended because she's still complaining.
Okay. I am presented with a multi-section MRI T2 axial with coronal. The most striking abnormality, there is diffusely distended stomach with mottled appearance.
Nice. Okay.
The stomach and the first part is distended.
Yeah. So this is the stomach here.
Yes.
I'm trying to make the screen brighter.
Distended with a mottled appearance inside it.
Anything
Yes.
else?
Till the second part is also distended.
Okay.
The distance between the aortic and the superior mesenteric artery, I think it is narrowed.
Listen, I always tell you, never diagnose SMA syndrome in someone,
in a fatty patient.
in someone who has fat. You can see her belly, it's big. See the fat here. Fat. This will never be an SMA syndrome. Okay?
Okay.
Keep that in mind. What do you see?
This is the head of the pancreas.
This one?
Yeah, this is head of pancreas.
Okay. Is it normal or abnormal?
Normal.
No. I totally
Normal,
agree.
yes.
So,
Yes.
we have summarized your findings.
Distended stomach.
Okay.
But
Otherwise,
I want to see the otherwise normal يعني other.
otherwise nothing.
But I want to see the liver.
Magnifying on the liver.
Well, nothing really significant. Can't see.
Me too. I don't think anything significant.
Yeah.
So, we have distended stomach filled with, you said what? You had a
Mottled appearance.
Mottled
Yes.
appearance.
Any psychological problem of the patient?
Distal
يعني gastric
part of the
outlet
stomach.
obstruction. Yes.
Okay, let's see the distal part here. I think this is the duodenum here, and here it's joining the
pylorus.
the
Yes.
pylorus. Till here, okay, and then this is the
Yes.
descending duodenum, the second.
Yes. يعني there is no obstructing mass
Totally agree.
to suggest the gastric outlet obstruction, but there is something inside the stomach that cause obstruction. يعني gastric outlet obstruction. Like if the patient has a known history of psychological problem, I think about trichobezoar.
Listen, this is your patient. The patient is in front of you. Ask her a question. You will not ask her if she has a psychological problem, right?
Yeah.
So what should you ask? What should be the question? What are you thinking of?
Trichobezoar.
Trichobezoar. So
Yes.
what's trichobezoar?
Trichobezoar is ingesting يعني the hair.
Eating, plucking his hair or
Yes.
her hair,
Hair.
and eating it as a
Yes.
habit. Okay?
Yes.
So you ask her that. Are you in the habit of plucking your own hair and eating it? And you don't ask her if you're crazy.
No, of course.
Okay? So you need to ask her for the symptom itself, or the thing that you think it's her problem. And of course she'll say, yeah. And even you can see her hair. Is it thin and bad looking, or it's good? Okay? Look at it. So, and she'll say yes. So your diagnosis will be?
Trichobezoar.
And this is
causing gastric outlet obstruction. Because
excellent.
the distal part of the bowels is good and no sign of obstruction.
Perfect.
No pancreatic mass and no any other abnormality in the scan.
Again, you are perfectly correct. And this is how trichobezoar looks on an MRI. Usually we see it maybe on a CT scan, maybe on
it's somewhat difficult,
X-ray,
but
whatever.
The extended stomach is prominent, yes.
Distended stomach
appearance.
with
mottled
the shape
appearance
of the stomach, you know?
Yes.
It's making like anatomical diagram of the stomach. So this was a case of course, being a female, young age, 30 years, it's in favor of bezoar, but it can happen also in males, but more in females, right? I think because they tend to have longer hair, so it tends to stick in the stomach. Anyway, very nice, very good, love it. Perfect presentation, perfect discussion. Thank you very much. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, and support us. In the coming weeks, we will have a lot of other meetings, and don't forget to click on the link in the YouTube video description section. You'll have the WhatsApp link, and you can join us in our group and get to be informed on the timing of the coming meetings. Thank you very much, and good night. Bye-bye.